Hi everybody. In this video, we'll begin to learn with the searching techniques as well pertains to the array. So we'll begin to deal with um, those operations and also the sorting and then the applications of the array. We'll begin to cover that in this video. So we'll begin to finish the array. This is the last video for the array. So right now, let me go ahead and proceed with the for that one. Okay. When we say searching, it is searching in arrays is the process of finding a specific element. There are different search methods with linear search and binary search is the most common. So since this is the most common in searching operations, so we'll begin to deal with that. Before last year actually, where I was not able to give a details pertain to the searching algorithms to my students. However, right now we will begin to deal at these two searching techniques. So right now, for searching operation, we're just this is different with traversal because traversal is printing all the elements, but searching we do have the key elements that we are searching. Say for example, this is 10, then 20, then 30, then 40, and you will begin to search the specific only 30. So you will begin to search one at a time, or it could be performing binary search. So we'll begin to deal with that how to do it. Now, well, when we say type of search, this is a linear search, checks each element sequentially until the target element is found. So this is a brute force manner that will begin to deal with that step by step. We will search this first before we can proceed here. Before we can proceed here, that's how it will be going to happen in this array. In linear search, time complexity, that is a linear time where n is the number of elements in the array. And then when to use best for unsorted arrays or when array size is small. So linear search actually involves going through each element of the array one by one until the target is found or the array is exhausted. So say for example, in our code that we do have right there, we're able to have here the int numbers 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This initializes an integer array number size with 5 elements, which is the 10, 20 up until 50. So for int I, we're able to start the linear search loop here under that one. So this for loop begins with I is equals to 0, which will be continuous until I reaches the number of length. Then we're able to, which is the 5 in that case, 5 length. The loop will run through all the indices of the array from 0 to 4 since we're able to increment that one. Now, if number is equals to 20, since 20 um is our key element, so inside the loop, the if statement will check if the current element in the array number I is equals to 20, if that condition will be evaluated as true because that is a boolean um function. So I mean, like a boolean. So if that is equals to 20, if that is made to true, so therefore, this function for the output, the found in index will be printed here. So if the element 20 is found at the current index I in our I right now, since we're able to identify that here, so this line prints the message found at index what specific index. So in this case, it will print out index 0, 1. Since we're searching 30, it will be found at index 2. That's how it works. So we're able to identify right there since we're no 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 we're able to search 20, right? So it will become 1, index 1. So that's how it works. So I hope so that it is clear. But of course, how does it work in a step-by-step manner? So in a step-by-step manner for calculating for that one without the code, it will be like this. So say for example, we are having 10, 20 up until 60. We do have a 6 elements that we do have right now. So is this since we search 50, that is the key elements right now. So is 10, is it equals to 50? No. And 20, is it equals to 50? No. 30, is it equals to 50? No. 40, is it equals to 50? No. 50, is equals to 50? Yes. That is, I'm sorry, that's wrong. I was not able to change that one. So that is yes. So 50 found at index 4. That's how you will deal with this implementation. That is really basic because um that is really you will be going to, I'm so sorry, you will be going to do it in a step by step manner. So that is a brute force manner. So in this case right now, you're just basing that in a step by step manner, and you can't proceed if you were not able to do it successfully. So right now here, this is really good because this is really good. Why? Uh, One step at a time. And the disadvantage here, if and only if the array that you're searching is not in that specific arrays, it is really a worst case complexity for you. Why? Because for example, in a million of um data, then you will begin to search that element, then without knowing that that is not there, so you're just wasting the space's complexity, I mean the space of your, the memory allocations. You were able to allocate those specific searching techniques, or were able to store in the memory. However, it is not good as always because it is brute force and using a lot of memories as well. So let's deal with another type of operation, search, which will be the binary search, which is a more efficient search method that works only by sorted arrays by repeatedly dividing the search interval half. So in this case, actually, class, in linear search, that involves with checking the high, for example, 10, 20, 30, 40. So that is dealing with the start index and the end index. What is the start index that is in 0? What is the end index that is in 3? So we'll begin to add that and then divide that into 2. 0 plus 2, divide that into 2. That is the middle element. Because we are trying to check the middle element, and that is what will be the result for the middle element. That is will be compared into the key element. If that is correct, so found the element already. So that's how it will be represented. We'll begin to deal with that step by step later on. Now, for the binary search, it will become the time complexity logarithmic of n, which is much faster than linear search for large arrays. When to use that? It only works for sorted arrays. So in this case, involves going through each element of the array, um, which is dividing and conquer the algorithm. So say, for example, in our binary search, we will be going to deal with those numbers. So, so for binary search, let me also discuss that one. As what I've illustrated to you earlier, that we'll begin to have start index and an index, then we'll begin to get them the, what we call this one, the middle element. That is our focus here. But let's try to read the codes here then. We do have the numbers as 10 array, initialized as array. I mean as number, that is our array. Initialized with the elements as 10, 20 up until 50. So the target variable that we initialized in here is set to 30. So, which is the element we want to find in our array. Then afterwards, we have here the int right, I don't know, int left is equals to 0, int right is equals numbers that length minus 1. So what does it mean? Left is actually set to 0. That is the start index. Start index. So the start index of the array is set to 0. And int right, that is the right element, which is the last, the end point, the end index. So once your length that you do have right now, 10, 20, 30, that is 3 length, right? 3 minus 1, that is 2. That is in index 2. So that is actually initialized to numbers that length minus 1, which is the index of the last element, which is 4 in this case, which is 4, because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, you have 5 elements minus 1, it will be 4 index, diba? So while here left is if it is less than or equals to the right, in this case, sorry, so therefore, mid is calculated as the middle index. So we'll begin to calculate the left and right. Then this prevents potential overflow when calculating left plus right divided by 2 by using the formula left plus right minus left divided by 2. That's how we will deal with that. So it must be left plus right gid siya dapat. Because when calculating left plus right divide 2, we will be going to actually use there that formula. So pertains to that, in step by step to siya to also avoid overflow when calculating left plus right. So that's why we're able to use the formula left plus then right minus left as well because it will be effective as well. Now, what will be the left in here? 0 plus right minus left. So right mo is that is butang mo that is 4 minus 0. So 0 plus 4 that is your that is your index then divided by into 2. That's how it's represented. So that is still the same thing in our calculation later. In your calculation, the same lang na siya process but in our code it is how it should be. Now, in this case after the calculation, if numbers mid is equals to the target, system found at index plus mid, break dayon. If numbers mid here then, if it is equals to the target value, which is the 30, it will print the message found at index where 30, for example, you were able to found that in 2 index, it will be represented found at index number 2. So the break statement will terminate as well as terminates the loop as the target has been found already if and only if we're able to find it. But we're able to also have another statement here for the if else. If numbers mid, if the target if it is less than to the target, so that means to say we will be going to perform left is equals to mid plus 1. Why ang left map mid plus 1? Because if ang imo nga mid class, if ang mid mo subong, if it is less than the target, for example, ang mid mo is 10, then ang ay mo target is 30. So, therefore, since this is a sorted array, only will work for a sorted array. So you can definitely say that your specific element that you wanted to search is at the right side. So therefore, from there, kung ano tong left mo kagina, what is the left value? So you will be going to I plus 1 with regards to that. Mid plus 1. So mid plus 1, what will happen? Where is the mid for the left earlier? We will be going to mid plus 1. So for example, 10 is located at index 1. So you will be going, it will become 2 ang imo nga left. And ang right, retain lang siya. And else, right equals mid minus 1. How does it work? If else, sa else yeah, if your right, if it is, if the mid, if it is greater than the value of your target, for example, your target is 30 and your mid right now is 50. So therefore, it is 50 is greater than 30. What will happen? Right mo right now will become minus 1. What will happen for minus 1? Mid minus 1. Ang mid mo for example, ang 50 is at index 4. So what will happen? Your index will become mid minus 1. It will become 3. That's how it will be represented. Don't you worry, it is vague as for now, but we'll begin to illustrate that in a while so that you will begin to understand that already, okay? Now, let's run it through. We will begin to search 40 in this case. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10 and 10 elements in our array. So that is index 0 to 9. So your start index is 0, your end index is 9. So you're calculating 0 plus 9, or if you're calculating that based on the code, it will become 0 plus 9 minus 0 over 2. So it will become 0 plus 9 divided by 2. It will become 9 divided 2 and that is 8. No, no, no. Sorry, that is 4.5. So since we're not be going to round it off, it will use the base number. So that is 4. So what is the 4 value? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 30. So that is 30. Now, we'll begin to search if the 30 30, is it equals to the search the key element 40? No, that is not. So therefore we'll begin to search, right? How does it work? Earlier in our code, that your mid, if it is um greater than if the mid is less than the value of your target. So therefore, your mid will become +1, right? So your um new start index right now will become mid +1. It will become mid right now is 4, it will become 5 +1, it will become 6. So therefore, your mid right now for the start index will become 6 and your end index will be still retained. So in the next step pertains to that. Now, it was set into the 5 as what I've stated since earlier that is a 4, right? So it will become 5. So here 5 and index is 9. So it will become 5 then plus 9 minus pila to gani? 9 minus 5, okay? 5 divide 2, it will become 5 plus 9 minus 5 equals 4, right? Correct? Equals, divide 2 equals 9 divide 2, it is 4.5. So that's how you will calculate through the codes that we do have earlier. But for shortcut na lang, it will become 5 plus 9 over 2, it will become 14 divide 2, it will become 7. Diba? Let me, ano be? Let me check the codes. Ano to ganing codes kagina? If um right minus left. Yeah, right minus left. And yeah, right minus left. Left plus right minus left. Okay. All right. So that is left. Ang left mo is 5 plus right is 9 minus left is 5. It will become 4. 5 plus 4 equals 9. No, no, no. 9 divide 2, that is 4. 'Diba? 4, 'diba? So there's something wrong about this. So that it will be uniformed, we'll just use this one, 5 plus 9, divide 2 equals 7, and over it will become, yeah, that is 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, yes, the same thing, class. Why? Nga, the same siya. I'm so sorry. Kag gin-base ta karo subong 5 plus 9 divide 2, it is 14 divide 2 and 7. So ang 7 mo 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is still 55. So if you will begin to base in the code nga formula, that is set into 5 plus 9 minus 5, that is 4. So it will become 5 plus 4 over 2, 9 divide 2 will become 4.5 and that is automatic 4. So why nga 4? 4 ang ato ni base. Because we start at index 5, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from here, 0, this is your 0, 1, 2, 3. Ano no? um, I'm so sorry. Um, it will be a trouble for you, everybody. So don't matter with this. So the right will be this one. Yeah, just continue the 5 plus 9, and I will begin to answer to discuss as well through the codes why is it like that. Since of course, we'll need to understand how this will be implemented, because of course that is right minus left here divided into two. Then you will begin to mid plus one. So accordingly, it will be by understanding that one, we'll begin to illustrate that once we'll begin to really be able to understand that how does it work. But for the calculation, I want you to understand here then that it will be like this, huh? 5 plus 9, it will become 7. So as what we have stated earlier, 7 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 55. So if is 55 is equals to 40, no. Since is not, so 55, it will become search left. So it will become minus 1. So your index right now is 7. 7 minus 1, it will become 6. So 5 ang imo start, ang imo end index will become 6, because why? It will become mid minus 1. Diba? Minus 1 plus sa mid. Sa mid mo is 7 minus 1, it will become 6. So that is for the third step. It will become 5 plus 6 divide 2, and then 11 divide 2, it will become 5.5. It will become 5 automatically. So 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is actually 35. So is 35 is equals to the array that you do have. So yes, no, 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 yet that is not. So 35 is equals to the 35 is equals to is not equals to 40. So therefore, search right. So it will become your start index right now is 5. So it will become 6. 6 plus 6 na later. So it will become 6 plus 6 divided by 2. That will become 12. Then 6, array 6 is definitely, yeah, that is definitely 6. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 40. 40 is equals to 40. Yes, that is found at index 6. That is how you will begin to deal with that. So don't be confused with the code, because the code is representing the logic in itself. That is not dealing with it is how it is represented for the calculation accordingly. So don't be they call this one confused with that one. But how the algorithms work, it is how it is working with regards to this calculation. And I will begin to send you separately the video for the binary search other example, okay? Now the audio operation that we'll begin to deal with, the sorting, another operation organizing element ascending or descending order. When we say ascending, elements are arranged from smallest to largest. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the ascending order. So when we say descending, that is also arranged in largest to smallest. That is the reversal of the ascending order. And where can we apply the array? We can also apply array in real-time system. When we say real-time system, require quick responses to specific inputs or events. Then within a set time frame, arrays offer constant time access, constant time to their elements, which is crucial in environments where timely processing of data is required. So pertains to this, arrays offer constant time to their element, which is really a crucial task. Since data is stored in a contiguous manner, the system can quickly access those necessary data without waiting or performing additional calculation, making that specific the arrays really ideals for high performance or real-time application. Now, for multimedia application includes software that handles images, video, audio, and other media formats. This application required processing and manipulation of large volumes of data. So arrays efficiently, the storage is efficient in terms of arrays because efficiently store large blocks of multimedia data in contiguous memory. And that makes processing faster and minimizing memory overhead as well. And we can also access to raw data for that one, because Since multimedia data usually has a fixed format like the image resolutions for that, the sample rate for the audio, so arrays really work well for storing and processing the data efficiently. And we also do have the gaming, lastly, which games especially those that involves dynamic environments or complex simulation require the management of large data sets in real time. Since game in terms of games, we can access the data fast, um, more even faster because games need quick access to elements like player position, for example, the enemy states, the terrain data. Arrays provide instant access to that data specifically. Since games may handle also vast of amounts of data like mapping, like object. So arrays will help you to optimize the memory usage by storing the data in a contiguous block and by storing the data without the overhead from pointer or references. So in real-time gaming, delays can affect gameplay. Arrays can help keep operation fast and smooth, allowing for quick updates on position, inventory items, and game states. That's how it will be represented. So I hope so that you were able to grasp those knowledge and make sure to really study this one. And I'll be going to deal with the link list in the separate video and make sure to comment down below if you're able to understand how does it work? Because for me to be able to know that you were able to watch the video successfully, and if you were not able to comment this one, I will not be going to add points in your attendance. Thank you so much, and have a nice day, everybody, and goodbye.